I just learned that everybody's running. Everybody's running for their dreams, but they're slowing me down. They're taking our time. They're gonna use you up in time. So now you've got to dream loud, dream loud. Who do you want to be? Dream loud, dream loud. Who do you want to talk to when you're alone? You're alone. Who do you want to be when you leave this world? Bad days turns into good.
Trust me, gay is in, gay is hot. I want some gay, gay it's gonna be. Trust me.
Well, hello, hello, hello. Happy Valentine's Day. If you do not have a Valentine, it is totally okay. We can hang out because I should probably turn on the lights. Knew I was forgetting something, guys. Knew it. I just had to forget something. There we go. There we go. I can actually see my face. Let's say hi to a couple of people and then we will get this party started. Verity, good to see you. Hi, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Golden Mama, Liz. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Haggis Basher, happy Valentine's Day to the greatest lesbian on earth. Oh my goodness, I'm the greatest. We have hello, Eric. Hello, Liz, and all the love from Culver City, California. And Sweet Sunslice, hello, gorgeous hair. Well, thank you, because I didn't do anything with my hair today. Like, absolutely nothing. I have been studying all day, all to the point of I went and had lunch with one of the girls that is in my psychology class because she had basically helped me with one of those projects. I just wasn't understanding it. It was basically where we had to list off things that were very important to us, but you had a list of about 40 different things. Now you went through this list and selected 4, and then it told you to select 4 more, and then it told you to select 4 more, and then it told you to select 3. And it honestly felt like, oh God, what is that game? How to Be a Millionaire? No. What's the briefcase one? Where you're basically like, you're guessing the briefcase. That's how it felt, you know, and you kept hoping that the $1 million one wasn't going to be the one that you pulled. That suddenly stuck you in maybe a bad career field. But as I'm sitting here, I'm like, you know, I'm filling out Carrie's Valentine's card and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, even though I grew up believing that it was like a Hallmark holiday. It was only invented by candy makers and Hallmark, so that way you would have like a day to celebrate love, except for the fact that I was brought up that if you really love someone, you love them every single day and not just the one day a year. Yep, deal or no deal. That's right, Heather. Deal or no deal. But in the process of it, it basically turned into this, big adventure where I'm sitting there trying to understand how these questions are going to help me with the career path, because I'm like, I'm going nursing. Like, that's what I've decided. I weighed my pros and cons. I weighed all the stuff that I need to do. I made a list of all the pros, all the cons. And then from that list, I basically said, okay, well, this is what happened to me in my past. Now, by what happened to me in my past, I'm like, I've had a lot of nurses. I've had a lot of surgeries. I've had a lot of hospital stays. And the one thing that was always constant for me was the kindness of nurses. Now, did I get some nurses that were like, don't really like my job anymore, or you're just here for pills? No, that's not why I'm here. I would prefer not to get pills, but thank you. I would prefer you to tell me what's wrong with my body. And then, oh, I've got a broken rib. Oh, now you're just offering me pills. Okay. Okay, good to know. Good to know. You're just going to give me pain pills like they're nothing. Joanne, hello, Liz. Well, hello to you. Indigo Twin, nice to see you. Hi, darling Liz. Well, hello, hello, lovely ladies. Thank you so very much for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you are tuning in right now, please tune in 3, well, no, it's like 2.5 hours. So whatever time this ends at 8 p.m. California time, Laura FM and I are going live, and we're going to talk about basically what it meant for our childhood to have Valentine's Day, because when I got out of the pack base and I moved up to the Sacramento area, basically all of a sudden in school they were like, "Oh, you've got to bring Valentine's cards for everyone," and I'm just like, okay, why? And it's like, because you love them and you want them to have a great day, but I don't love them. Like, love is serious. That means unconditional. That means, for me, it would be, as a kid, I would sit there and define, oh, it means my second dynamic. It means that, that's how I am going to have kids. I'm going to have a spouse. I'm going to have, grandkids and great grandkids. And, hopefully one day I'll be able to be referred to as Nana. And so it used to always bother me that I was giving out these cards, at least until someone said, "You're just trying to make someone have a better day. So never pick someone out in the class, just pick everyone." And so from there, it was like, okay, well, now I'm in college. Do I give out Valentine's cards? No, we're on holiday because of the presidents. So I was like, okay, so no Valentine's Day in college. That works for me. That works for me, because I really don't want to get people Valentine's cards for every single person I've ever met. But then at the same time, I also want to make sure that, the people that are in my life feel love every single day. And so for me, I make it a point to say, I love you every day. And I make it a point to never go to bed angry. And I make it a point to, oh, she's having a bad day. It's okay. I'll do this. I'll do this for you. I'll take over that for you. You just go relax. Go do what you need to do, and I'll get this taken care of. And to me, that means more than just having a little bit of information, given on one specific day. Indigo, I will forever thank the sassy black nurse who brought me pain meds after my surgery, after I snapped at her for not checking my vitals for the 20th time. Well, I'm glad she finally did bring you medication, so that way you were okay. I'm sorry it was the 20th time. Well, hopefully it gets better next time. Yeah, Singles Appreciation Day. I'm single and staying single. Hey, that's totally okay, I promise. Because look at the situation that I'm in. It's basically like one of those situations where it's like, before Carrie, I thought I had experienced love. I thought each and every relationship I'd ever been in had been filled with love. And realistically, it hadn't been. It was literally because I loved them to the best of my ability, but they loved me with as much as they could give. And so the difference being is, have you ever been put a 1 in the comments if you've ever been in a relationship with someone that you loved more than they loved you? And that was my experience. Because if you guys have experienced it, then I'm not alone. But for me, it was, I've loved someone more than they loved me, and then at the end, I was the one that was left hurting. I was the one left not understanding why they didn't want to be my second dynamic, And now that I'm out of the cult and out of Scientology, I realize it's not important about being your second dynamic. What's important is literally being able to share a friendship and be partners and be equals and work together to do things, and the simple things that make my day. Golden Mama, I know the feeling. I've never felt a love like I do now with my husband. It's so different than my first marriage. And sometimes that's the best part, because if I compare, it's like apples and oranges. They're two different personalities, but at the same time, the love is different. You know, like I'm getting ready for bed. Maybe I'll go hop in the shower, go do what I need to do. And then I get out, I put on my pajamas, and Carrie's turned on the bed heater so that my pins don't get cold. Because again, I have 4 pins holding my knee together. Plus I have a cadaver patella. So when they get cold, it hurts. And so she makes it a point to turn on the heater for me. Now it's the little things like making a cup of coffee, and oh, you're making one, make one for me too. Eric, I was with my girlfriend for 7.5 years till she broke up with me in 2021. She cheated on me with another man. This year would have been 12 years after our split on April 19th. I'm so sorry that you experienced that, and hopefully you never have to feel that way again. But I'm sure it taught you something, because every breakup definitely taught me something, and it taught me that I can survive it. And that was a big thing for me, because each time I got into a relationship, I felt like I couldn't survive it. But then I was also searching for love, and, like that song says, searching for love in all the wrong places. Yeah, it was absolutely me. I was absolutely doing that. I was, oh, she's pretty. Oh, we have nothing in common. It's okay. Love will see us through everything. And eventually our love will grow and grow and grow. And then before you know it, I'm like, man, I'm giving a lot and getting nothing in return. It shouldn't be a tit for tat, but it should at least be somewhat equal. It shouldn't feel like you're being forced to say it. Indigo, I'm so sorry that you're in uncertain times right now. And if you ever need a friend, definitely reach out, because I know what that feels like to feel alone, and nobody should feel alone. Peter, have you tracked down the ex to serve with divorce papers? I've tried. I have absolutely tried. We've gone into, hiring private investigators. We've gone into going the legal route, and now we're trying everything that we can do to get in front of a judge, so that the judge can basically give me the opportunity to serve her via the newspaper, or via the uh, either newspaper or articles or magazines. You have to have it published for 90 days in an area that they used to live, and but you have to get a judge to agree that that is your only option. And if the judge doesn't agree that that's your only option, then that's how hard it can be. Miss Chicago fell in love with a guy. It didn't work. He's my best friend. Hey, sometimes that works out. Sometimes that absolutely works out. Every time I've tried to salvage a friendship with exes, it's always been, I shouldn't say always, because that's a generality. A few times it had been like, it was so horrible when it ended, that if they had just ended it a year earlier, we could have walked away as friends. And I would rather, if a relationship's not working, have the person walk away as my friend than pretend that they love me and continue to stick it out, and then fight with me about everything from how I cook food to how I do dishes to how I'm function, and it wasn't until today that I was reading the psychology part, because my partner in psychology had let me use her book, and while I'm using her book, it's basically turned into this thing where it's like, how's the best way to put it? It was like there wasn't enough love for me to feel safe in a relationship. And I was using love as a safety net, because it wasn't something that I grew up with. And because I didn't grow up with it, it was my safety net for everything. And so I'm looking forward to talking about that with Laura. Indigo, yes, I have a cadaver patella. Basically, my patella broke in half, and that was an option for what we can do. So that way I would be able to still have function and mobility. I wasn't old enough for a full knee replacement, or at least, as the doctor put it, it's not a good idea for someone that is 20 to get a full knee replacement, because once you start, it's basically a never ending cycle. You have to replace it. There's a good chance you're going to have to replace that every 10 to 15 years. And yeah. All right. I fell in love with a Scottish sailor and we're still in touch. He still tells me I was the love of his life and he's the only one I ever fell in love with. He's an arse and a good laugh. Well, I'm glad that you got to experience that and see the love. Your hair looks awesome. Nice cut. I did not get a haircut, guys. This is just fresh out of the shower. And it literally doing what it wants to do. I brushed it twice today, but other than that, it's doing what it wants to do. But I did get told in the store today, I went to go get prescriptions. And when I went to go get prescriptions, I'm obviously wearing a Yankee sweatshirt. And someone came up to me and said, "Man, you look like a really nice person, but man, the team that you like is just not good." Well, I'm sorry, sir. You have a good day. But other than that, mind your business. I'm pretty sure Pearl taught me that. Mind your business. But it was just unique because it's like I went in there, "Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Have a great day." I've been told the pharmacist, "Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you have a great day." Listen here, because let's be realistic. You watched the Yankees game and cheered for the Yankees when they were in the World Series. So your Boston has been denied. But I'm hoping that the live that we have later, when we talk about, as kids, there wasn't Valentine's cards. Like, we didn't have holidays. Like, we knew about Christmas, we knew about Thanksgiving, we knew about Halloween. Our birthday, at least mine, was another day. My mom's another day. It was just, you write a note saying, "I love you, happy birthday." I did a lot of sports. I was not good at peopling. That's what I'm calling it now. We're going to call it peopling. I basically was really bad at making friends because I couldn't understand people. I have a hard time with sarcasm and I have a really hard time with slang. And it's working. I'm working on it because, I just recently got "that's fire." And I was thinking that's hot, but really it means that's amazing. And some of the other slang that's out there, like, that can be a little on the tricky side too. Okay. But I also wanted to share some amazing news with you guys. We have updated grades. That's right, everybody. Updated grades. So for psychology, which, as you all know, is the class that scares me a little bit because that's not what I grew up with. Out of 100%, I have 107.5. So, yay me. In psychology, I'm holding an A. In history, the grades have not been turned in. She hasn't updated any of the information. But I do have my anthropology. And my anthropology out of 100 is 101.48. So it basically, I've got a little bit of extra credit that's helped me along the way. But she doesn't really do extra credit. She basically does, like, you complete your work in class, but if you help someone, she can give you an extra point here or there. But realistically, it's normally 5 points per assignment. And then if I do an assignment wrong, then I can go back and redo it. Okay. Next class, which was the one that I was panicking about because I was sure I already had a D. I was positive I already had a D because for me, I'm struggling with algebra 2. I'm struggling with what they now call algebra, which for me was algebra 2, and I had a hard time in algebra 2. But as of right now, I have an 89.04. We just did an exam, and so I'm supposed to be getting that exam put on the grade report. But as of right now, I'm hoping that it'll go through that way. The next one, let's see, went over that, is sign language. And sign language, I am holding, okay, not the best one, 82.78. So I'm doing fairly well, not great, but fairly well. But it's something that I'm definitely going to be working on a little bit harder because, yeah, I don't understand certain things, but it's stuff that I need to understand. Okay. And let's see. The next one, okay, is loading. All right. Oh, I just got an email. Hold on. Nursing program applications are now open. Attend an application workshop for help. So the nursing program will be opening up on February 25th. So I'm super excited about that. I still have to write it, but what's the worst they can do? Tell me no that I didn't get accepted the first time and then I have to apply again? You got it. I'm going to keep doing that. Okay, the next one I am holding. Okay, let's go to grades. I'm holding 101% in my next class. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is all 6 of them. And I had to make sure because you guys mean the world to me. And I wanted to share each and every one of you, or share it with each and every one of you, just how good I'm doing. No, Laura, I did not start early. I was just explaining my grades and saying happy Valentine's Day. But you and I have one scheduled at 8:00, and I will be sending you the link shortly. So don't worry. We're going to go over all of our childhood stuff because I want to know what it was like for you on Valentine's Day, because you were at a different location than I was. But yes, if you have not yet said hi to the amazing Lara FM, just remember you're loving her music. So the least you could do is say hi to her. And don't forget, if you just missed her birthday, it's okay. It's okay. I promise. It's okay. You just have to show her a little love anyway. Okay. Oh, I need to find a good sign language class myself. It's on my list so I can communicate with my niece. That is fantastic. Someone told me the other day that I should sign. Well, no, today. They told me today that I should sign for class. So that's just what I'm going to do, because signing, so you put your palm out. Okay. So your palm is facing away. You go like you're grabbing in your hand and then pulling up to your head. So grab and pull up to your head. That means learning. Okay. So that one's a big one. I'm learning. And then sign, you're rotating your fingers back to yourself. Sign language. Okay. Then you have class. So I'm in a sign language class. I feel pressure and it makes me stressed. So pressure, stressed. But I understand. So 1, 2, I understand what they're saying. And it's literally like another one that I had a great time learning, guys. Well, besides this, it just means I love you. It really means I love you. Another way is you, I love you. So love you. That one's a big one, you know, girl, friend. And then you have name, like what? And don't forget to slant your eyebrows during questions. So what's your name? My name is Liz. Okay, I see. And sending love to you all, mods in chat. And thank you so very much for coming. We appreciate you. No, the cat just entered the room. So I'm having an amazing time. I really am just so blown away by psychology and the little things, but I'm also blown away by history. Like, if anybody wants to pop on and teach me something new, definitely let me know. Because here's this amazing thing. I'm loving history. I'm loving learning about the amendments. I'm able to start one. I might reach out to practice with you. Hard to find people to practice with. Yes, it is. Thank goodness. Well, and here's one thing that I've absolutely come to learn. There's something called autism. Now, autism means that you're being basically racist against deaf people. And it's basically like the harm that's been given to them because maybe they don't hear, maybe they don't see, maybe it doesn't mean that they don't understand. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. And it definitely does not mean that it's contagious. Because finding out that people treated them like you could hand off the deaf, like, what, we're going to have lunch together and I'm just going to suddenly realize that I'm deaf? No, that's not how it works. But I'm realizing that it's not just a language. And that's the best part about it. Because it's not just a language, it's basically, the best way I can put it, it's a culture. It's 100 cat. Mama, Cleo. Trying to introduce you guys to Cleo, but she's not having it. She's just walking by the puppies. But the things that people go through in the culture is what's huge. And it's not just like, okay, with everybody in the chat, we don't have a lot of people in the chat. Here's the question. If you were to see a deaf person and you want to get their attention, do you A, tap their shoulder, B, go into their vision area and wave gently, or C, do you wave your hands around quickly to get their attention? That seems like there's a bunch of different answers that it could be. The trick about it is they can't hear you coming up, so touching someone on the shoulder can be very, very frightening. And so what you basically do is you go in front of them in a very nice way. You just wave into their view of vision, and then you sign. But a lot of people, like even myself included, if I wanted to get one of the kids' attentions because they're deaf, when Karen and I first got together, I would lightly tap. And I didn't realize how rude that was. And so it's like when people walk up and say, you grew up in Scientology? Ugh. Like, what's wrong with you? Well, when you're a Scientologist, like that just hurts your feelings. Now, when people say it to me, I'm like, yes, I understand. I grew up in a cult and I'm working my way through it. No, hello. Just, you're like saluting the air is hello. You've got good morning. Okay. You've got good night. And that's basically where you put it that way. And it's showing the sun down. But shaking your hand rapidly, no. It's when you do this, that's actually clapping. So in the deaf community, that's clapping, because they can't hear. So you get the applause. And it's so fascinating because it's like the little things. What is the wavy thing I see people do all the time? Well, there's a few different signs. I would need to know which signs you're referring to be able to say, oh yes, or oh no. So it all depends. But there's, this one is a big one because that's sign language. Then you have learning. You have learning. So learning, and that student equals. So like if you're going, now again, the first 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 10. So there's British Sign Language and American Sign Language. The main difference is they both use 2 hands, but they have completely different signs. Like they're different. They're not the same. So same, different. So they're massively different in, like, I was trying to ask someone the other day, how to, or someone was trying to tell me the other day, you're not saying Christian correctly or Jesus correctly. And I was like, but how do you say it then? Like if you don't spell the name, like JESUS, if you don't spell it, how do you do it? And I literally sat there for a minute and the person had to think and then goes, same sign. It's just dot, center of your hand, and that's it. And then I was like, okay, because a friend of mine is very, in the class, is very Christian. And so she was trying to learn what the sign was so that she can sign some of the stuff that she has. And Australian Sign Language, they have different signs. Even Australia, some states sign differently. Yes, I'm learning that. Maureen, good to see you. West Coast Fancy Nancy, I work in special education. I love that you are using signs. Hey, I got to learn them, and it's making it way easier for me and Charlie to communicate. And I'll be like, help, because put your palm out, put your thumb up, like thumbs up, 7, heads up, 7 up, or whatever it's called, pull it back to you, and that's help me. And then you put it forward, and that's help you. So can I help you? You help me? And it's an amazing language. And it's little things, but it's also a culture. So those are a huge thing that I'm learning, because I also want to make sure that Charlie has a community. And that's something that I didn't have as a kid. I had a community, but not the right type of community. Like nobody looked out for each other. The kids basically did whatever they did. And sometimes it was like what you could get away with if you were sneaking extra food, if you wanted to go see your parent, I never saw roses delivered to my mom or to anybody else as a kid growing up. My grandma only got flowers from relatives on Valentine's Day. And it used to crack me up because my first wife used to do that. I used to tell her, please don't ever send me flowers, please. I'm not a flower person at work. And so she thought it'd be funny to deliver flowers to me at work. And I was a very private person at work. And so that leads people to questions, who's sending you flowers at work? Like, aren't you the gay? You know? And I would be like, well, yes, I am, but it's my partner. She sent me some flowers, and they were like, well, you don't even have pictures of her at your desk. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm a private person. Work is work, home is home. I always keep them separate. So that way the home drama doesn't come to work and the work drama doesn't come to home. That's how it works very well for me. Okay. All right. Okay. The sign language developed from your spoken language linguistics. British English is very different than US English. It's because of slang and how language changes over time. Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's also, you know, we are not. We are not, but we are forever. Will we eventually? Yes. And I know a lot of people said, please live stream it. I have no idea. It's up to Carrie. I'm for sharing everything with you guys, but I also know that she also likes her privacy at times. So maybe streaming it wouldn't be the best idea, because she does like her to have her own memories and her own privacy. But I'm also working on trying to get divorced from my ex, who's decided that she, for some reason, doesn't want to get divorced. Hopefully that answers your question. If you have any others, please ask away. Don't mind it at all. I love questions, to be completely honest. Or you can save them for 8 o'clock. Do we get at least to send gifts on a registry? If anybody wants to help, you can always help with school. That's the best thing. I probably won't put a registry on the internet, not that I haven't loved it, but it's just not me. It's just not me at all. If you want to be able to buy a present that is completely amazing, by that time I'll be in my new semester, so maybe I'll put a list of my school books that I need, because that always helps, especially with keeping good grades, because I am trying to be on that dean's list. I don't know how important it is, but for some reason it means the world to me that I'm making those kind of grades. That's because you've been living together and you've had everything times 2, but working for school would be a good gift. Yes. Comment, I can't comprehend why your ex cult is so awful to people with disabilities and diagnoses, even medical needs like epilepsy, diabetes. I don't get, if you're deaf, do they expect you to be Barbie? Yes. There's this saying where it's like they're only there to make the able more able. So if you're impaired in any way, and I say impaired very loosely because I don't think there's anything wrong with a deaf person or a blind person. I think they just don't have that sense. And their other senses are more heightened than every other sense. Like, I can type fast. Carrie can type fast. Charlie, who is fully deaf, types so fast that it literally sounds like he's writing an essay and he's just talking to friends. But he just doesn't even look, just, and it's amazing. But yes, if you're handicapped, or diabetic, or you have seizures, there's something. Scientology considers there to be something wrong with you. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong. It means you have something. You have something that is something that you're dealing with. It doesn't make you less than human, but for some reason, Scientology believes in making people less than human. And the more you make people less than human, the more you have your Barbies and Kens that are a certain way. We're all different. I'm technically autistic. I'm on the spectrum, because now it's not because of what I've gone through, but it's a variety of different things, including an imbalance in my head. Now, once they get the imbalance corrected, does that mean that autism goes away? No, it's just a disability that I have to learn to live with and learn to work with. It doesn't mean that there's something horribly wrong. It just means there's something that I need to work with. Question, why does it seem like many women that leave Scientology turn gay? I don't think they turned gay. I think they were gay the whole time, but they were so scared to admit it to themselves that they would lose everything, that once they got out, they knew they were never going back. And so they might as well just be completely upfront and honest with everybody in their life, including themselves, that this is who they really are. And that's rare to find. It's rare to find someone that's willing to go the distance and say what needs to be said, because I guarantee there's a lot more in Scientology that are gay and are scared to admit it because they're scared of going to the RPF or they're scared of losing their friends and family. Okay. So what do they do if you become blind or crippled later in life? They kick you out. If you look at Sergio Belinsky, you know, he's had some, when he built the firework, he was too close and he damaged his hands where he lost his hands, and he got shrapnel in his face and his chest and his arms, and that had, as much as they could, they took out, but it's left him very scarred and very hurt from a lot of what has happened. And because of that, they kicked him out. They just decided, oh no, we're not going to tell everybody that you were building fireworks. We're going to tell everybody that you were building a bomb. And then we're going to have you declared for building a bomb to hurt people. But he was never trying to hurt anybody. Oh, Liz, good to see you on a live. Healthy, happy, doing lots of awesomeness for yourself. It's Saturday morning here in Western Australia. You've made my morning so much brighter. Well, thank you so much, Sandy. I appreciate that. And first rule of trying to learn Sciento rules: don't try to make sense of their rules. None of them make sense. That's right. Absolutely. Okay. I know, Golden Mama, I know several people who are gay but are too afraid to embrace their true selves per religion. It's really sad. Well, think about it this way. I come on here and I talk to you guys. We talk about anything and everything. I'm pretty much an open book. I honestly believe in being an open book. But like, I had reached out to family and just to talk, and I get the, are you still gay? And then the brush off, like, if I'm still gay, they don't want to be in my life. So okay, I'm done trying. I'm done reaching out. It's nothing but dead air. So I might as well just say, I'm done trying to reach out to a biological family that wants nothing to do with me. I'm done trying to be the bigger person. I'm done trying to make amends for being who I am. And for me personally, I just got to a point where I just needed to be happy with myself. And being happy with myself was my true authentic self. Now, was that a little bit of shrouded, like covered in secrecy? Yeah. Did certain people know I was gay? I'm a gay billboard. I look how I look. I dress comfortably. Okay. I am comfortable. And my hair is short because I'm comfortable. But a lot of people don't feel that. They feel that if they look a certain way, then people won't love them. If they talk a certain way, people won't like them. If they, you know, if they say, hey, I'm gay to an extremely religious family, they're going to lose them. It doesn't always happen. It does happen though. But it's the fear of having it happen. And hold on one second. That just stood out to me. I'm so sorry. I love my queer family. That's amazing. I've never had that. What I have here is you guys, and I have Carrie and my mom and our close friends. I have Pearl, I have Heather, I have Summer, I have Laura, I have, all of these amazing people in my life, but they have become my family. And they accept me for who I am, and not because of what I've experienced, but because of who I am. Okay. Quote, "Baby, I was born this way" by Lady Gaga. Well, thank you so very much. I'm a mama bear for my stranger girls. Well, thank you so very much. I love that. Thank you. I have a couple of gay male friends, and let me tell you, like one of them I like to call Dimples. Love him. Love him. Like I just want to pinch his cheeks every time the little dimple shows up. I'm just like, just, you're just the cutest little gay man ever. Like I just want to go shopping with you. But yes. Oops, hold on. Liz, quote number 70. I don't know how you do the straight. I don't know how you do the straight either. Like that gives me the heebie jeebies. But yes. Yes, and I love Dimples too. He is an amazing person. Did you see Serge with the long blonde hair wig on? He looks so good. I did, and I was pretty amazed. Like that is one of those like you work it, like you look so sexy. Like your beautiful complexion with the different shades of blonde. I was definitely love it. Definitely think it's beautiful and as the younger generation loves to say, it's fierce. That's what I'm learning. There's 2 girls in my class that are in their early 20s and everything is fierce. She's like, "Oh my God, that's fierce. That's fierce." And all I could do is be like, "Yeah, yeah. Thanks." Okay. After 47 years of marriage, he loves me. I love him. I don't care about the day. That's right. Golden Mama, I just want every single person to embrace who they truly are. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lovely human. Lovely. Okay. Hot Mama, good to see you. I have a nephew. I have a nephew gay, and his parents and all of his family love him. No one in his family has not loved him. Family is family. My husband's nephew is gay, also the same as his family is. He's loved. That is amazing. That is amazing. Give your nephew and whoever else hugs all the time because you know what? You're rare to find. In my experience, it's rare to find. Yes. And have you seen how Serge walks in heels? Like, I can walk in some heels. Don't get me wrong. Like, thank you, Scientology. I know how to walk in heels. I can run in them too. But I don't like them. It's not comfortable. It's not sexy for me. But at the same time, my legs don't look like that. Maybe if I wore heels more often, maybe my legs would look like that. And you are loved, Liz. Well, I am loved now. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You guys, each and every one of you love me, as well as everyone in the comments. It's, my friends. Like, I don't think you guys really understand just how close Heather and I really are. Like, I probably talk to her more times than I talk to Carrie. And realistically, she's one of my best friends. I can tell her anything. I could vent to her about how I feel. Oh my God, I was just talking about Dimples. Happy Valentine's Day to you, my beautiful friend. Well, happy Valentine's Day to you, you beautiful Dimples, you. So hold on. I want to see if he's available. Because I just want to, in case you guys have not had a chance to get some love from, okay, hold on one second. Okay. Okay. Let's do it this way. Okay, just because I love me some Dimples. Love, love, love it. Like, that man knows how to make Okay. He knows how to make everyone smile. And then his laugh. His laugh is literally so contagious and so just the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And just in case he's available still, we're gonna send him a little massage. All right. So that is done, Dimples, just because I want to hear your giggles. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Oh, here I am heading out to dinner with the boo shortly. Oh, you're doing a romantic dinner. That's cute. Never mind. Just ignore my message and go have your romantic dinner. Tilty Bird. My partner and I have been together for 13 years. I don't think his family has even clocked that he's queer yet, despite like my top surgery. My partner and I have been together for 13 years. I don't think his family has ever even clocked that he's queer yet, despite like my top surgery. Wow. Hey. Yes, have a good time, Dan. Love you so very much. Yes, Dan is a gorgeous treasure. Yep, the smile. It's all about the smile. Well, we've almost been on here for an hour. Does anybody have any questions? Because I still have my live at 8:00. So we will be doing that one with Laura. I hope to see all of you there. But we're going to go into more detail about our childhood and Valentine's Day from our childhood. Lady Jane, good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. Making sure that I got it. So thank you so very much for being here, everyone. Please don't forget to smash the like, hit subscribe, and I will see you on the live later today. And maybe we'll even get Heather to make an appearance because you guys just don't understand how much she's my best friend. And I just love her for everything that she does because she makes my thumbnails. And when I start to stress out, she's the first one there for me. So yeah, thank you all. And please love everyone that you come in contact with. You don't have to like them, but treat them kindly. And have an amazing, great rest of your day. And I will see you at 8:00.
So